morning, everybody. I am more than happy to be here with you today. I devote most of my time in the meeting and discussion with the key CEOs of the luxury companies of Italy, in Europe, and also of the rest of the world. And it's a pleasure for me today to see that how many different people are interested to our industry, and frankly speaking, I have it's a big pleasure to me. It's true that the luxury industry people have been reluctant for years to invest in the digital world, mainly because they still consider that luxury companies and brands are exclusive, whereas the internet, by definition, is inclusive. But there was a turning point that was the year 2009, the true annus horribilis because of the impact of the global financial crisis all over the luxury industry. For the first time, instead of having a compound average growth ratio of 10%, there was the worldwide consumption declined by 9%. And this impacted strongly on the competitive environment. Companies started to compete one each other instead of just keeping to maximize the natural market growth. So as a matter of fact, as a part of the competition, investment on digital started, and we have a number. If I have the time, I have a second presentation with a number of companies that are considered the best in class. Well, just to give an idea, here you have the evolution of the worldwide consumption of luxury goods and services last year, and you can see that the year 2013 over the year 2011, the growth ratio was 24%. And it was part of this growth was also, of course, due to the use of digital. As I am the past president of the European Organization of the luxury industry, I would take the opportunity to remember or to let everybody know that Europe represents 70% of the worldwide market consumption, and the total export of the sector in Europe is, outside Europe, of course, is 60%. And finally, that in the year 2010, these 500 companies of Europe employed directly 1 million employees, and another 500,000 indirectly. In the year 2013, they estimate that in 3 years' time, the direct employment grew up by 10%, and the indirect employment grew up by 40%. The meaning of luxury through generation, you can see that in particular, the intro values, let's say exclusivity and aura are, which is the dark green, are now the main goal, the main factor that is looked by the elite of whatever generation. People are, let's say, abandoning in a certain way, all the show-off attitude and bling-bling and status, sales for status that had been very important in the past. Always speaking about the generation, why they use digital. In the case of silver baby boomers, they use mainly for price and product comparison, whereas the younger generation, they use it mainly to access brand content, to interact with brands, to influence trend or follow trend, and also, of course, of sharing opinion and evaluation. The revolution that already took place from the year 2009 is twofold. First of all, the ROPO effect, research online, purchase offline, is impacting more or less 48% of the purchases worldwide. So I mean that the e-commerce is even much less important, much less critical that for digital and luxury, as it is, on the contrary, the importance of digital as a source of information. And the second point is that if you see that there is a strong decline in the official brand site, you can see 31% last year, but it was minus 12% versus the previous year. Another revolution took place. The luxury companies had been used for decades to influence communication and to manipulate in a way the behavior of the final consumer. And today, and more in the future, of course, is going to be a completely different game. You can see that the comparison of prices, which is on average 42% on the 10 first markets of the world, vary quite a lot. Generally speaking, the most established, mature, or the most mature markets are on top of the average. And finally, you can see that also here in the emerging markets, or in the new markets, they are the final consumer are strongly looking for a more immersive experience in digital in the store. So going quickly to an end of this, I will ask to present the second one. Every year, using 70 key performance indicators that we have set up with McKinsey company, Altagamma and McKinsey company, we find who are the best performers in the digital and in the luxury industry. There are more than 300 international brands, 9 categories, and we apply this analysis to both corporate websites and social networks. I go very quickly, but these are the websites. Just to show you how many and different companies in different sectors and different nationalities are the best in class of last year. And so going to the social media, Facebook, Twitter, and finally YouTube. Okay, going to a conclusion, I would like to remember that every season, every year, through a combination of creativity and innovation, both aesthetic and technical innovation, luxury company raised the bar of the taste and beauty for the consumers of many different parts of the world. The way we dress, the way we furnish our house, we move, we eat, we drink, is strongly influenced by this company. The material culture of some 380 million of consumers of the world is impacted by the activity of the 700, more or less 700 luxury companies of the world. And digital, properly managed as a two-way communication tool, can be a very powerful instrument to, let's say, give to each individual company the opportunity of getting in touch with the supporter of the values, of the identities, of the image of each individual brand. Thank you very much.
Armando Branchini. Thank you.